Here is something I want you to think about for a second. There is a recipe on this planet that is worth over $250 billion. It has been kept secret for more than 130 years. Only 2 people in the entire world know the complete formula. Heck, and those 2 people are not allowed to travel on the same airplane at the same time. It is locked inside a physical vault in Atlanta, Georgia, and the company that owns it has never, not once, been legally forced to reveal it. That recipe? It is sitting in the can or bottle of Coca-Cola that you have probably had hundreds or maybe thousands of times in your life. Today we are going to discuss Coca-Cola, where it came from, who built it into what it is today, what is actually inside that secret formula, and exactly how 2 billion servings of this drink get made and shipped to over 200 countries every single day. By the end of this video, you will never look at a can of Coke the same way again. Welcome to mass production process. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now because we do deep dives like this every single week. And trust me, you do not want to miss what is coming. And if you are already part of the family, thank you so much. You are the reason this channel keeps growing. Now let us get into it. Let us go all the way back to 1886, Atlanta, Georgia. A pharmacist named John Stith Pemberton is working in his backyard, stirring a brass kettle over an open fire. Pemberton was a Civil War veteran who had been seriously wounded in battle, and like many men of that era, he had developed a dependence on morphine while recovering. He spent years trying to find a substitute. What he eventually mixed together in that kettle was a syrup made from coca leaves and cola nuts, among other ingredients. He took that syrup to a nearby pharmacy called Jacob's Pharmacy, where it was mixed with carbonated water and sold to customers for 5 cents a glass. The drink was advertised as a cure for headaches, exhaustion, and nervousness. Pemberton called it Coca-Cola. In its first year, Coca-Cola sold an average of 9 servings per day. That is 9. Not 9,000. Not 9 million. 9. Nobody could have imagined what was coming. Now here is where the story takes a turn. Pemberton was a brilliant inventor but a terrible businessman. He was sick, he was broke, and he needed money. By 1888, John Pemberton sold the majority of his rights to a man named Asa Griggs Candler for the equivalent of around $1,200. Pemberton died the same year, in 1888, never knowing what his creation would become. And Candler? Candler turned out to be one of the most aggressive marketers in history. Asa Candler's strategy was new. He gave away free coupons for Coca-Cola to people across the country. He sent salesmen with promotional materials, clocks, calendars, posters. He was essentially doing what modern companies call product seeding, and he was doing it a century before the internet existed. But his most important move was the decision to bottle Coca-Cola. In 1899, 2 lawyers from Chattanooga, Benjamin Thomas and Joseph Whitehead, approached Candler. They wanted to buy the rights to bottle Coca-Cola. Candler, who didn't believe in bottling, sold them the rights for $1. One single dollar. That decision created the franchise bottling system that Coca-Cola still uses today. It was arguably the most important deal in the history of the beverage industry. If you think that story is wild, drop a comment below and tell me, what would you have done with those bottling rights? Now let us talk about the thing that everyone wants to know about, the secret formula, because this is where Coca-Cola becomes something almost mythological. The original formula contained 2 ingredients no longer in the drink, actual cocaine derived from coca leaves, and significant amounts of caffeine from cola nuts. Cocaine was legal in 1886, but as public awareness of its properties grew, Coca-Cola quietly removed the cocaine from the formula in the early 1900s. The coca leaf extract still exists today, but it is decocainized. Only one company, the Stepan Company in New Jersey, is legally authorized to process those leaves. The rest of the formula, the flavoring agents and oils, has been a secret since the beginning. The company calls it Merchandise 7X. In 2011, This American Life reported on what they believed was the original formula from a 1979 newspaper. It listed oils of orange, lemon, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Coca-Cola responded by saying the formula was not accurate, and nobody can prove otherwise, because the real formula has never been officially published. In 2011, they moved the written formula from a bank vault at SunTrust to a custom steel vault inside the World of Coca-Cola in Atlanta. The vault is on public display. You can visit it and see it through a glass wall, but you obviously cannot open it. The company maintains that only 2 senior executives know the complete formula, and they are never permitted to travel together on the same flight. Whether this is true or brilliant marketing mythology, it has become one of the most powerful brand stories ever told, and it works. Now let us talk about how Coca-Cola actually gets made. Coca-Cola produces approximately 2 billion servings of its products every single day. That is not per year. That is per day. To make that happen, the company operates through a network of over 900 bottling plants spread across more than 200 countries. Coca-Cola makes the secret concentrated syrup at its own facilities and ships it to licensed bottling partners who handle the actual production. If you are finding this interesting, this is a great time to hit that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more people. The very first step in making Coca-Cola is water treatment. Water makes up approximately 90% of every can or bottle you have ever consumed. The problem is that water from different places tastes different. But the entire value proposition of Coca-Cola is that it tastes the same everywhere in the world. To solve this, every plant runs its water through reverse osmosis. Water is forced at high pressure through a fine membrane that filters out everything. What comes out is as close to pure H2O as possible. It then goes through activated carbon filtration and UV light treatment to kill any remaining microorganisms. Once the water is purified, the next stage is syrup preparation. This is where the Coca-Cola flavor actually gets introduced into the production line. The plant takes this concentrated syrup and combines it with purified water and a sweetener in extremely precise measured ratios. In the United States, that sweetener is primarily high fructose corn syrup. It became dominant in the 80s because it was significantly cheaper than cane sugar. This is why Mexican Coke, made with real cane sugar, has a noticeably different taste. It is the same formula, but the sweetener changes the flavor profile. Now we get to the step that makes Coca-Cola what it is: carbonation. Carbonation is achieved by injecting carbon dioxide gas under high pressure. CO2 dissolves into the liquid and forms carbonic acid, which creates that characteristic tangy sensation on your tongue. Standard Coca-Cola is carbonated to approximately 3.7 volumes, enough to feel refreshing and lively, but not uncomfortable to drink. The liquid is cooled down significantly before injecting the CO2 because cold liquid holds gas much more effectively than warm liquid. Have you ever noticed that Coke tastes different in a can versus a bottle? Drop your answer in the comments because there is a scientific reason for that. After carbonation, we reach the filling stage. The challenge here is significant because carbonated liquid under pressure wants to escape and create foam. To prevent this, they use isobaric filling machines. The container is pre-pressurized with CO2 to the exact same pressure as the liquid. A modern canning line can fill over 100,000 cans per hour. Each can is filled, sealed, and inspected in a fraction of a second. From the palletizing area, the finished product moves into a global distribution network of staggering complexity involving trucks, trains, and ships. In some developing markets, Coca-Cola has found creative solutions, using handcarts, bicycles, and even donkeys to get product to remote communities. Coca-Cola estimates its products are within an arm's reach of desire for approximately 94% of the world's population. That is without parallel. If you are still watching, subscribe right now, because next week we are covering another global brand with a process just as wild as this one. What is it that really makes Coca-Cola different? The honest truth is, from a flavor science perspective, it's not dramatically more sophisticated than rivals. The answer is branding, specifically the relationship between branding and human emotion. Happiness, togetherness, and nostalgia. Neuroscience has confirmed that when people know they are drinking Coke, the areas of the brain associated with memory and identity light up. The brand alters the taste. So from a backyard syrup to a $250 billion secret, 900 factories shipping to 200 countries, it is the most recognized product in history. If you made it all the way to the end, I genuinely appreciate you. Knowing that you watched the whole thing means the world to me. If you learned something, please hit that like button. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Every week, we go deep into the science behind the products. Now tell me in the comments, what surprised you most about Coca-Cola today? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.